I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and it's part 2 of the Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 7.0. It's a lot of 2s, but it's an exciting part 2 of the Galaxy Tab 2. See what I did there? It's Friday. Gotta put up with my bad jokes. But first, some love to Best Buy Mobile for hooking us up with phones like this and tablets like this for use in our One Paw Bandit giveaway game. When you walk into Best Buy Mobile to get a tablet, a phone, whatever the case may be, you'll walk out working. They'll help you set up your email, your web, your contacts, so when you walk out the door, you'll be typing, you'll be messaging like crazy at Best Buy Mobile. Let's take a look. Galaxy Tab 2 7.0. Is it worth it? It's part 2, and it starts right now. Part 2 of the Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 7.0 review on Verizon. To give you a quick recap, first of all, watch part 1, but if you're coming back, maybe you took a coffee break or something between part 1 and part 2, here's what we were talking about. It's a 1.2 gigahertz dual-core tablet. It's got Android 4.0 with Samsung's TouchWiz user interface, and all in all, it's a relatively decent spec device. It runs relatively well. It's got 4G LTE connectivity, and it's available for $349.99, so it's not going to break the bank by any means in terms of price. That said, $199.99 gets you an Asus Nexus 7 or Google Nexus 7, depending on what you want to call it, so price point may be a little bit high for some. That said, you do get the LTE connectivity. Speaking of LTE connectivity, let's take a look at it in my office and see how it performs. We're going to load it up here and just do a quick speed test to see. Verizon promises download speeds between 5 and 12 megabits per second in saturated markets and upload speeds between 2 and 5 megabits per second. Now, when I first moved into this office, if you watch my reviews, I was having a terrible time with Verizon's LTE. It looks like they've enhanced it because I was getting like nowhere higher than 1.5 or 2 megabits per second, which is more like 3G speeds. I was getting those in the office. Looks like they've done a little bit better here. Download 9.81 megabits per second, upload 12.26 megabits per second. So a little bit faster on the speed front of LTE, and that actually surpasses the estimated upload speeds. It's right on par with what you would expect a typical download speed to be. Now back into speed test, so you can see this little button right here. Menu button, but non-responsive menu button because there are no menu options on speed test that you need to take advantage of. So Quadrant Standard, we'll run this and see how it performs as well. I will say battery life has been relatively decent in the time that I've used it. I've been doing some web browsing, been downloading a few applications, playing around with it, uninstalling stuff, you know, looking at Google Play, reading things on the internet, which is, I guess, could be called browsing the web as well, duh, Aaron. But, you know, actually reading things, like downloading some stuff and reading it. And overall, I've been relatively impressed with the battery life. It's a 4,000 milliamp hour battery for a 7-inch display. It's relatively decent. That said, 4G LTE does take a toll. I do notice a little bit of a difference with this device as opposed to some of the other devices on the market, other tablets that is, that pack up, you know, similarly sized battery but don't have LTE connectivity, that instead rely on Wi-Fi. I do notice a little bit of a battery difference there, and obviously it depends on how you keep the screen brightness, and if you set it to turn off in 30 seconds or 45 seconds, that's going to play a role in your battery life. That said, I am able to make it through a day with moderate use and into a second day, the late morning before it powered down in my case. So overall, I've been pretty impressed with it. Stay tuned for more, though, you know, as I continue to test this and we have dogfights, because my opinion, you know, my thoughts on it will change as we go a week or 2 weeks into the review, and it's like, oh, wait a second, my moderate use habits have changed, perhaps. So we'll take a look at it then. 4,072 according to Quadrant Standard. Excuse me. And, you know, needless to say, that's a relatively impressive score even for a tablet. So, got your camera here, 3.2 megapixel camera on the back. Nobody's going to, I mean, well, I shouldn't say nobody. Most people don't take pictures with their tablets. A lot of people do, actually. That's kind of a lie. You're in an amusement park and you see people holding up a tablet and you're like, that person looks crazy. And then you're like, oh, wait a second. That's one of my family members. You never know. Maybe that's just happened to me. But you can see, some people do it. You've got the camera on the back, you can make that an option. 3.2 megapixel camera, no flash on the back, meaning that it's not going to take the best pictures in the world, and we can bring in like the Galaxy Nexus here, keep it in the Samsung family. And we'll focus it down here on the Samsung logo. So you can see picture quality, by all means, not the best in the world. You don't have autofocus going on here. It looks like I'm having trouble getting it to focus properly. Autofocus isn't the best in the world, as you can see, so I can get really close into the Samsung logo. And that's about as good as it gets. Even while pressing and holding down, you don't get that option. Now over here, you do get some settings you can change. You can change from single shot to smile shot to panorama. Then you have over here timer, and then you have effects, exposure. You can flip it around to the front. Look at settings and more, and you can kind of change it around. That said, don't expect amazing picture quality out of a 3.2 megapixel camera. To give you a comparison, that's what the older iPhones had. So, you know, it's definitely not the best camera in the world in comparison to what we see in 2012. On other times, I'd love to see an 8 megapixel camera. But then again, this only has a 5 megapixel camera. So that has perhaps been a problem in the past. But I will say the Galaxy S3 camera is fantastic. And I would love to have seen them incorporate maybe an 8-megapixel camera and keep it around the same price point. That said, camera's not the best in the world. That's not the defining feature of this device, though. Where you do get some goodies, the screen real estate. Take a look here, for example, at the events, and you'll find that a lot of these applications, Gmail, for example, are all kind of customized for the tablet experience. You'll notice even in portrait mode, I get easy access to inbox, priority inbox, start, important chats. I can see how many emails are in the inbox. I can do a new one, bring it up like that, and it kind of gives me a notepad look and feel here. And then when I throw it into landscape mode, even more so. I've got some space around the sides. I can delete it when I'm done, and I can scroll up and down and take advantage of the added screen real estate. And like I said in part 1, when I want to take a screenshot, I can screen cap it just like that and easily get to my screenshot, write on it, do whatever I want to, and send. So it's all about content creation here. They do a good job with that. And if you're somebody like me, it's like you take a picture, you see something on Facebook, you're like, I don't really want to save it and put it in my gallery. What I do want to do is send it to a friend. You could throw it in there and send it to your buddy by taking a screenshot. Now over here, I did not mean to turn the device off. Bam. Swipe screen to unlock. And we'll come back down here so you can see what Google Play looks like in landscape mode on a 7-inch tablet. Apps, music, magazines, books, movies, and TV all included now in Google Play. Apps over here, you've got your free, your paid versions, your featured versions, and more. And just to give you an idea of the formatting on a 7-inch display, relatively quick and easy to use here. And then, of course, pretty responsive as well. You'll notice in the top right-hand corner, you got your downloads, your search button, and then your menu button up here as well. And then down here, your bar stays the same. Your notifications area stays the same. So I can go over to top paid, top free. You can see all the different options, and very similar to the way the smartphone version looks, although you'll notice the headers are a little bit different. Again, taking advantage of the bigger display. So I can update, I can open and see kind of the same info, but when I go, especially in the landscape mode, you'll really see the difference here between the layout where it's open and update over here on this side, taking advantage again with dual columns of that added screen real estate. So I can kind of play around with either one, move them in different areas. So again, 7 inches, maybe a good sweet spot for some people, and you do get the ability to kind of use this thing like a real tablet. So it's nice to have that kind of feature and that kind of functionality. So otherwise, pretty decent tablet. You know, my biggest concern with this device, $350 when $199 gets you an Asus Nexus 7 with Jelly Bean, a nice device, a nice fast device, very fast processor. Forgive me for clearing my throat there. I seem to have a frog in it. Ribbit, ribbit, just kidding. But you can see stuff like contacts again. You got a nice, a nice place to edit stuff. 7 inches is a sweet spot for a lot of people. You got columns where you can do stuff and change things around. You got added screen real estate. So people that have, are hard of seeing, hard of vision, can easily access their information on this device. That said, this might be too small even for the person that's hard at seeing. They may want to go with something like 10.1 or 8.9 inches or 9.7 inches like the iPad. That said, this is going to be a pocketable, nifty, relatively cheap, comparatively speaking, device to keep around for a lot of people that want to read books while they're on vacation, or they want to take it for email occasionally, and they want the power of Verizon's 4G LTE network, which admittedly is pretty impressive, and right now is the best in terms of rollout, is the best network in America. That said, I've seen faster speeds on other LTE networks from time to time, depending on the city. That said, though, in terms of rollout, you can't beat 370 cities. It's been pretty impressive there. So it's a good device, but again, at $350, you got to decide, do you want the LTE network connectivity, or is the price more important to you? If it is, go with the Nexus 7. Much more coverage to come on PhoneDog.com with the Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 7.0. We'll have tablet dogfights and more, so keep it locked on the site for continuing coverage. Be sure to follow me on Twitter as well. Let me know if you bought this, you're excited about it, you bought it, you returned it because you hated it. I'd love to hear from you regardless. PhoneDog_Aaron on Twitter and on Facebook at facebook.com/PhoneDogAB. Let me know what you love and hate about this device. Or hey, let me know if you like tablets as a whole at those various outlets. Also be sure to follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/PhoneDog. We're getting ready to start up the greatest tech giveaway ever too. So stay tuned for your opportunity to win a ton of cool smartphones like the Optimus 4X HD, the One X, the Galaxy S3, the Asus Pad phone, and more. It's coming up very, very soon at PhoneDog.com and on Facebook, so keep it locked there. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great weekend, and as always, we'll see you next time.